Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Lolantia Show. Today I'm coming on to do the monthly reading for August 2020. Whenever you're coming on to watch this or this shows up for you, it's for a reason. So if you're here, maybe there's something that you need to hear. For those of you that are new here, my name is Lolantia. I'm a psychic realm channeler and energy healer, and I specialize in working with the magical realms. So I work with dragons, unicorns, mermaids, fairies, all of the different magical beings, and it's all about helping you to connect to the truth of who you really, truly are. You are an incredible being of the divine, and you have chosen to come here to be the best version of yourself and to learn and to grow and to become. And it is a process and it is a journey. And as long as we are alive, we are healing and we are growing and we are becoming more of who we are. My work is all about helping you to remember that power and that magic of yourself and letting go of the conditioning of the society that we live in and looking beyond that and breaking down those boxes. So obviously working with the magical beings is pretty much breaking down some serious boxes, but I also work with, I meet you kind of where you are, what you're comfortable with, what you're ready for. I mean, we're going to push that comfort zone, but I sometimes work with people who aren't very spiritual or don't know what their spiritual beliefs are, and that's okay. I work with guides of all kinds. I work with ancestors, ascended masters, angels, gods, goddesses, galactic beings. I work with all different kinds of beings to help you in whatever way you most need to be the best version of yourself. And I'm an energy healer, so I work with these beings to help you in your own healing. And I do a lot of past life work as well, and I work with the lost lands of Lemuria, Atlantis, and Avalon quite a lot. Is some pretty strong energy for me, and a lot of the past life work I do is in those lost lands. So today, for August, I started to shuffle the cards, and then I was told that I didn't need the cards. We weren't going to use the cards today, that the focus needed to be on people feeling their bodies through this experience and not looking outward. So yes, I'm going to be bringing through the energy. I'm going to be guiding you in what the energy is bringing through for August, but it is more of a coming within type of experience, if that makes sense. So what is important for you to know is that your connection to self is the foundation for everything. Now, before you're truly connected to yourself, you can't necessarily rely on your intuition fully because you're not going to believe it. You're not going to have a connection to it. So it's going to be your ego mind. And that's where it's important to have teachers and support systems in place that can help you in that connection to yourself. So that is why this is important, because you need to have someone to support you in that connection to yourself so that you can trust in what you are feeling and what is right for you. There's a lot of noise in the world right now. We are going through some major changes everywhere, and it can be really uncomfortable. There's a lot of fear that is rising. There's also a lot of fear mongering. Like people are almost like feeding on this fear. They're building the energy of this fear, and we can get trapped in that. We can be pulled into that. I almost see like a vortex of energy. We can be pulled into that vortex and sucked down into the depths and not be able to see clearly. And it's really important that we really nurture and grow our connection to ourselves so that we can see clearly. But we need to have somebody that we're in alignment with and whose truth resonates sometimes to help to see what is right for you. So today we have a dragon coming forward. She's a female, feminine energy, and she is white, but she has some lilac on her. Excuse me. She feels furry instead of having scales. She feels like she has fur. I see her kind of like in the distance, and she's all about this creating creative energy. It's Healing the wounds of the past is something that we're going to talk about, but she is definitely in that creative energy. But before we get to like that creative, we have to go through the healing, right? And we have a phoenix coming forward for that transformation. And this is different for me. Like, this is different. I don't usually have a phoenix coming forward in these. This is definitely the first time for a reading like this, an energy reading for a month. So it's very different, but I definitely see a lot of fire for August, a lot of transmuting, a lot of transformation. But the first thing that I actually saw was a rainbow in the sky. And it's not just a rainbow in the sky, it's a vortex rainbow. So it's a big circle. It covers, like when I close my eyes, the entire sky that I can see is this rainbow in this circular motion of movement. And it is a vortex rainbow. So this rainbows can have different meanings, but this rainbow is showing up as a energy of expansion and our authenticity. So in August, we are expanding into our authentic selves in another way. Now, remember that our life, we're always going through more growth and changes and stepping more into who we are. And August is definitely like expanding that a little bit further, but there are a lot of distractions in August. There's a lot going on in the world, and these are important things. The things that are happening in the 3D are important. We have to be a part of that change, but we can't be sucked into the chaos of it where we lose ourselves. And that is the trick. Sometimes we can't have that balance. And sometimes it's important to step away from it completely. And that's what I have found for myself, that there are things that I'm really passionate about. I really believe in. I really see the importance of the change that is brought through that movement or those experiences or whatever it may be. But if it pulls me out of my own energy, if it pulls me away from where I am meant to be, then it is no longer my highest good to be in that energy. And it's time to step away and like find realignment and connection. So it's important in August and always to be aware of these things, to be aware of where you're being pulled away from your connection to yourself, the distraction strategies, and make sure to not be pulled into any fear mongering, because there is a lot of fear mongering. There is a lot of judgment happening, and we need to remember to be kind. So we may have beliefs that others don't agree with, but it is not our place. It is not, I don't want to say it that way. That doesn't really resonate with me when I say it in those words. We don't help anyone by being hurtful and mean about their choices and their decisions. We need to show up in a place of kindness and understand that others may have a different perspective because of their own experiences and their own place that they are in life. So their own healing, their own trauma and their own struggle. It is important not to invalidate people because of their own experiences. It's important to not judge them for their experiences, but instead show up in a place of love and understanding, but you don't have to agree with them. You can say, okay, that's not my belief, but that's okay. And this is something we are really struggling with as a collective, and being more understanding of others and their positions and the things that they are going through. Even the people that we may look at as the most evil, and I'm going to use the word evil, vile beings on earth right now. It doesn't help us to feed that energy. It doesn't help us to hold that energy of hatred. We should never hate another soul. So when you find yourself in that space, it's important to remember to draw back from that energy and reassess, why is this coming up? Why am I feeling this so strongly? What is it for me? And how can I do better? How can I be better? How can I show up better? And then to be able to I don't think it's fair to say that you need to understand, because I don't think we can. There are a lot of situations where we can't comprehend how somebody can be that way. But it's not up to us. It's their experience, and we can't change it. We can instead choose to focus our energy and our direction somewhere that better serves us and serves the world in creating the change that we want. Now, if you are feeling called and stepping forward in different things, it's important that you are in alignment with yourself and your own energy before you do so, and that you're not doing so at the behest of others or the expectation of others. Remember that your own connection within is where you're going to draw on the energy to create change in this world. Now, going into the energy of the phoenix, I actually want you to kind of settle into this for a moment. You can close your eyes and open your heart to receive what is ready to come through for you, and just feel into the energy and take what resonates and leave what doesn't. There is a lot of shame that is rising in the month of August, and they repeated the word shame many times. Many times. I wrote it down, and then I wrote it down again, and then I wrote it down again, and I was like, can I just like underline it a bunch of times and stop writing it? Like, they just kept bringing it up to stress the importance of shame. Now, our shame is one of the things that is bubbling to the surface in the month of August. We have a lot of things that are coming up in August. And in this year, it's not just going to be August, but we're focusing on August. So I'm just going to say in August, we have a lot of things that are coming up. Shame is coming up really strong. So I would invite you to settle into the energy and recognize where you are feeling shame right now. Now, if you don't feel the energy of shame within your body at this moment, then let it go. And if at some point it does begin to surface, or you check in to see periodically if you are holding any energy of shame, then you can deal with it when that time comes. Now, if you are feeling shame, I would invite you to investigate it, to dig into why that energy is there. Why are you feeling shame? And is the shame yours, or is it a collective energy? Because there is a collective energy of shame that is rising to the surface. We are beginning to awaken. Yes, maybe you have been awakened for a long time, but as a collective, many, many others are awakening. And these others that are just awakening are quite often pulled and sucked into these vortexes of energy that is built upon the fear-mongering of others. This is not going to assist them in their journey. Rather, it is going to create a belief system that is just different from the one they originally had and is not their truth. So, assuming you are not one of them, and if you are, that's okay. Now is your time to investigate that. But assuming you are not one of them, it is part of your purpose on earth to be able to support others in this, to be able to express your truths and your love, and to open your heart to others to begin to see the truth, so that we can be in a space of love and community, unity, oneness, a place of understanding and compassion and love for all. To be able to hold that space of love for others is really powerful. especially when those others are not in alignment with who we are or our truths. In August, I would challenge you to look into the energy of love for you and how are you showing up in a space of love to help in the transformation on earth at this time. How are you showing up to create change in a space of love? I'm feeling a lot of energy of this importance to be connected to our hearts, to continue to be connected to our hearts, to continue to feel this alignment within. They're showing me so we have a lot of things surfacing. I have already spoken about those. We have a lot of things surfacing to be released. And I see this as bubbles, boils coming up from the earth, this purging. So as they have this pressure, so when the pressure builds in the earth, and it begins to bubble up. There's a lot of like pressure behind this bubble. And when it bursts forth, it has a lot of push behind it. It has a lot of oomph that makes it kind of like explode upward. And so anyone who's standing nearby is splattered by this gunk, right? So it's important that you're not too close to it. My dog's scratching at my door. Just a second. Of course she would come right when I'm doing the video. It has to distract me. So this is coming up from the earth because it's being transmuted. Now, if you're in the spray of it, then you may find yourself just distracted by the energy of it. You may find yourself kind of pulled into that energy. It just feels like being pulled into that energy, whatever it's bubbling up. So if it's I don't know that I even want to give examples because I think I feel like that in itself would be like fear mongering because it would be creating more fear. But whatever it is that's coming up, if you get splattered by it, then it's important to be able to step back and clear that off and be like, no, this isn't a part of me. This isn't necessarily like something that I need to feel into or the energy that I need to be in. These bubbles are coming up because it's releasing from the earth. Now it's going to be painful as it releases. It is bringing so much change on earth. It's bringing up like massive fear within ourselves because change is scary and we don't know what to expect and what's going to happen. And we know that the world is changing. We feel how much the world is changing. And so we feel so afraid. And how are we going to handle this? And what are we going to do? What do I need to do? Step back. Connect back within. How can I show up? How can I be present to be a part of the change? How can I be a positive and powerful presence in this world as part of this change? And what shadows are hidden and keeping me from being and living in my best self? It's important to look at where you don't feel like you're enough. My pillow literally just fell on top of my dog. Not sure how he's handling this. Just kind of looking at him. I guess he just decided to just nap with the pillow on top of him. But it fell on him and he turned onto his back. So he's like laying on his back with a pillow on him. Oh, he's going to get up now. Okay. Sorry, distractions. It's important to recognize that you are enough. You are enough right now in this moment. Yes, we are always growing and expanding and learning and becoming. That doesn't mean that you're not enough right now. You are enough right now. It's important to not focus on the fear-based thoughts. I'm going to repeat this because it is so important. Nurture that love within and expand that love, and remind others of their power. Be empowering. Empower others by being in your own power. And don't allow the fear to drag you out of that alignment. Meditation is so important. Mindfulness, so important. We can't ignore the changes that are happening on Earth. We have to show up in the 3D to make these changes. And for some, that is an active role that they are meant to play. That means that it may be part of your purpose, part of your mission, to show up, to be a part of that 3D healing. So that may be, maybe you're a lawyer. They're showing me a lawyer, so I'm going to go with this. You may be a lawyer, and your job as a lawyer is to defend. I'm going to use this as an example because this is what's close to home for me. Your job may be to defend those who have been arrested at protests. That is a part of your purpose. But don't allow this, do this because it is a part of your purpose. It is important. But this meditation, connection to yourself, remembering the greater picture, remembering that we are creating a new earth, all of that is very, very important. That connection there, and to love, and not always being in the anger all of the time. So we can use our anger to create change in the world. That's not a bad thing. We need to funnel our anger in a way to create the change. But we also need to funnel our anger into that space of love. Like, we're doing this because we love, and we want unity, and we want equality, and we want more compassion in this world. But if you are in that place of harshness and fear and anger, and you're not in that space of love, then you're not going to build the energy that is needed here. That is what is important. And have you just connect back to your heart space? Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. I want you to begin to bring forward the energy that just no longer feels in alignment. The places of struggle, places that just don't feel good. Bring up any anger that you're feeling about this world that we're living in. And the Phoenix is bringing in this fire energy that begins to travel up your body. It's going up your legs, up your torso, up to your head, and it's burning away. It's burning away this energy that is no longer in alignment with your soul, with your higher self, with who you are. Claim that you are ready now to be a part of the change in a space of love and compassion. Claim your power. Feel it in your solar plexus. You are powerful. Feel that grow. Feel the expansion of that energy as you own it. You are powerful, and you are a part of this change. This fire continues to burn, and as your fears, your limiting beliefs, the boxes you have contained yourself in, come to your awareness. Visualize it burning in this fire. It's ready to go. This fire just burns it all away. And feel this energy rising within you as you claim this fire energy is yours to be a part of the change. Now, as you breathe in and you breathe out this energy, you're going to begin to push it outwards. And the fire falls, the ashes fall, and you're stepping forward in a fresh new energy. And you find yourself standing in a green valley. Like there's green all around, these rolling hills of green, this grass of green in front of you. It's so vibrant green and beautiful and fresh and new, and it smells like earth. It smells like renewal. It smells like coming home. It smells like connection. And this dragon begins to come in, and she comes in with this energy like a big white heart that she's bringing in. And she's placing this energy in your heart to allow you to build that connection of love within. And it begins to allow your heart to open. And it begins to help you to feel that enoughness. You are enough. You are love. And there is an owl. This wisdom being opened in your heart space and being drawn out. A reminder of the wisdom that you hold. You are a keeper of wisdom. A keeper of wisdom that no one else has. No one else has the same exact wisdom as you. No one else is meant or called to bring forward their wisdom in the exact same way as you. There is no one that is you. You are the only you. You are the only one that can access this exact information. An owl is beginning to activate this within your heart space now. You are safe to step into your truth, your wisdom, and your power. And you're turning a key in your throat to open the door for you to express this wisdom, to express your truth. And it is a flow of energy from your heart to your throat. And we are wrapping you in an energy that you are safe. You are safe. You are safe. The energy of gratitude is beginning to build up within you. So begin to feel into this gratitude. Expand this energy by expressing what you are grateful for. Feel it deeply, the gratitude that you have. Now I'm going to have you begin to come back into your body, feeling your body, your arms, your legs, and your feet. I have you take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, or in a way that's better for you, and push any excess energy down your body, down your legs, out your feet, growing roots out of your feet to go deep, deep down into the center of the earth. These beautiful, golden, thick roots anchoring you here to live an aligned, happy, grounded life, to be present here in this moment, in every moment, to be the light, to be the love, to be the change, to be able to show others the way, to be what is most needed in the world. More love. Feel that connection through those roots of your feet, the pulse of the earth traveling up, the love of Gaia traveling up through those roots, up through your feet, up through your legs, up into your heart, and feel your heart begin to accept this love from Gaia and begin to open further, allowing this connection to nurture and grow. You can thank Gaia, thank this dragon, thank the phoenix and the owl, and any other energies that may have presented to yourself during this meditation. As you wiggle your fingers and your toes, you feel your body, you stretch your body, and you allow the energy to open up and flow through you. Remember that you are love, and you are divine, and you are magnificent, and you are here to be a part of this beautiful time on our earth. I'm sending you all so much love and many, many blessings. And I will see you on the next video.